Okay, you've probably heard the buzz. There's a new tool that's just dropped and it's making some serious waves in the AI coding world. It's called WindSurf, and we are going to break down exactly what it is and, why it's turning so many heads.
And listen, the hype it's pretty intense. People are already calling it the cursor killer. I mean, that is a huge claim, right? So let's dig in and see if it actually holds up.
So, first things first, what is WindSurf? Well, it's a totally new AI-powered code editor from the folks over at Codeium. And their goal? It's pretty simple, but also really ambitious. They want to give you a full-featured alternative to the big paid tools, like Cursor, but for free. Completely free.
But to really get why this is such a big deal, we kind of have to zoom out a bit and look at the state of code editors today. And that really brings us to the high cost of AI. I mean, let's be real. AI is changing everything about how we code. But the best tools, they usually come with a pretty steep price tag. So let's just quickly trace how we got to this point. Okay, think about the evolution of these tools. For the longest time, we had editors like VS Code. And don't get me wrong, they're fantastic, like a super high-quality notebook where you do all the work yourself. Then, boom, GitHub Copilot shows up. And that was a massive leap forward. Suddenly, it's like you've got this little assistant right there with you, suggesting the next line of code. It was awesome, a great first step, but still, you could feel its limits.
And that's when the next big jump happened. Tools like Cursor came along and just took things to a whole new level. We're not talking about suggesting single lines anymore. No, this is like having a senior developer sitting next to you, someone who actually gets the context of your entire project. They know all the files, the dependencies, everything. And that was a total game changer. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? All that power, that senior dev in your editor experience, it comes with a price tag. We're talking $20 a month for something like Cursor. And look, for a lot of people, students, indie devs, or hey, even just someone who's curious, that's a real barrier. It stops you from even trying it out. And this is exactly where WindSurf comes in and flips the script. It gives you all of that awesome project-wide intelligence for free, but it doesn't stop there. It brings its own secret weapon to the party, a feature they're calling flows. Okay, so what in the world are flows? Well, the simplest way to think about them is as multi-step AI workflows. You give the AI just one single, high-level prompt, like a big idea, and it just goes. It automatically handles all these complex, connected coding tasks to make it happen. It's literally like putting your AI on autopilot. So how powerful is that, really? Let's paint a picture. Imagine you need to build out a whole new feature. Normally, you'd be creating files, writing boilerplate, connecting the dots, a ton of manual work. With a flow, you just describe the feature. That's it. The AI takes over. It'll create the database schema, build the API endpoints, go update the front-end UI, and heck, it'll even generate the tests for you. All of that from just one prompt, all working together across your entire project. It's wild. All right, so with a killer feature like flows, you have to wonder how this WindSurf really stack up against the competition. It's time for a little showdown. Let's put it right next to the other big names and see what's what. And when you lay it all out like this, it gets pretty clear. Look, WindSurf is right there with Cursor on the big stuff like understanding your whole code base and making edits across multiple files. But two things just jump off the page. First, the price. It's free. I mean, that's just a massive, massive advantage. And then you see that last row? Workflow automation. That's flows. It's something the others just don't have. So the takeaway here is you're getting all the core power for free, plus this brand new automation feature on top. That's a huge deal. Okay, so that brings us to the most important question, right? Is WindSurf actually for you? Should you make the switch? Let's break down who this is really for so you can figure out if it fits into your own workflow. Look, WindSurf is going to be an absolute home run for you if you've been looking at Cursor thinking, man, I wish I could use that, but the price was a deal breaker. If you're a student or an indie dev trying to keep costs down, it is a total no-brainer. And seriously, if that idea of automating all those tedious, multi-step tasks with flows sounds exciting to you, you've got to give it a shot. It's the perfect way to jump into a premium AI editor without spending a dime. Now, let's be fair. It might not be for everyone, at least not yet. If you're already paying for Cursor and you're happy with it, hey, no need to rush and change things up. If your whole team is already standardized on a different tool, it probably makes sense to stick together. And remember, WindSurf is the new kid on the block. Cursor is still the more mature, battle-tested option out there.
So you're kind of weighing that proven stability against brand new features. So if you boil this all down to one key takeaway, what is it? It's pretty simple, actually. WindSurf is making top-tier, powerful AI coding accessible to everyone. It's taking that context-aware AI that understands your entire project and putting it into the hands of any developer who wants it for free. That's the core of it. And that really leaves us with a huge, kind of fascinating question, doesn't it? As these free tools get this good, so powerful that they're even introducing features the paid guys don't have, are we watching the beginning of the end for paid coding assistance? Is that whole model about to change? I'd love to know what you think.